The solubility of solids in liquid. The next two factors which affect the solubility is temperature and pressure. So how temperature affects the solubility of solid in liquid? Here thermodynamically there are two types of dissolutions. Thermodynamically we have two types of dissolutions. One is endothermic type of dissolutions and second one is exothermic type of dissolutions. You know, this dissolution is an equilibrium process. Solute plus solvent gives you the solution. Now this is in dynamic equilibrium. For this type of dynamic equilibrium, you can apply Le-Chatelier's principle. You can apply Le-Chatelier's principle here. If this dissolution is exothermic, the enthalpy of solution is negative, which is less than 0. So that means during dissolution of solute in the solvent, energy is liberated or released. Temperature of the system increases. Now, what happens when you increase the temperature of such type of dissolution? What happens if you increase the temperature if the dissolution is exothermic? When you increase the temperature, system tries to decrease the temperature by favoring the backward process. Means dissolution decreases, crystallization increases. For all exothermic processes, if the enthalpy of solution is negative, increase in temperature decreases the solubility. Here the forward process is dissolution. During dissolution, temperature increases. During dissolution, temperature increases. If you further increase the temperature, system tries to cancel or nullify the effect of that temperature by favoring the backward process, which is endothermic. So here enthalpy of solution is positive. System always tries to decrease the temperature. That means when you increase the temperature of exothermic process, what happens? Backward reaction is favored and dissolution or solubility decreases. Now coming to the second type of dissolution. If the dissolution is endothermic. If the dissolution is endothermic, delta H, the enthalpy of solution is positive. It's endothermic. Delta H is positive. During this type of process, temperature decreases. If the dissolution is endothermic, temperature decreases. Dissolution is a forward process. So temperature decreases. If you increase the temperature of this type of process, now we have to increase the temperature of this endothermic process. Now, system tries to decrease the temperature. When you increase the temperature of this type of system tries to decrease the temperature by favoring the forward reaction or forward process, which increases the solubility. See here, during forward process, during dissolution, temperature decreases. Temperature decreases. Now, when you increase the temperature of this system externally, according to Le-Chatelier's principle, this system tries to decrease the effect of that temperature by favoring the forward process, because in forward process temperature further decreases. That means increase in temperature of endothermic process increases the solubility. For all endothermic process, increase in temperature increases the solubility. For all exothermic process, increase in temperature decreases the solubility. Okay, so this is the effect of temperature according to Le-Chatelier's principle. Next, what is the effect of pressure on the solubility of solubility of solid in liquid? Usually both solids and liquids are incompressible, so pressure has no effect on solubility. It has no effect. Okay, so this is about the factors affecting the solubility of solids in liquids. Okay, next, solubility of gas in liquid. After studying solubility of solids in liquids, we are going to study about solubility of gas in liquid. There are many gases which are soluble in water. They easily dissolve in water. Example, oxygen. Oxygen is dissolved in water, so which is very important for the survival of aquatic life. Even HCl is also readily soluble in water. You can also dissolve carbon dioxide in water at high pressure. So that means gases are soluble in water. You can dissolve some gases in water. Now let us see what are the factors affecting the dissolution of gases in liquid. What are the factors affecting the dissolution? That the first factor which affect the solubility of gas in liquid is pressure. So how pressure affects the solubility? You take two examples. You take a container which is fitted with a piston and it has a gas and a liquid. So this is a system in which certain pressure is applied over the surface of a liquid which is filled with certain gas. Now in between the liquid and gaseous molecule there is an equilibrium. So at this pressure, let it be P1. At pressure P1 in this closed container, some amount of gaseous molecule enters into the liquid and it forms solution. Here you will get a solution. Now it is in equilibrium. You already discussed about equilibrium processes. Now this is an equilibrium. We are not going to disturb it. Equilibrium means the number of molecules which are entering into the liquid or into solution phase is equal to the number of gaseous molecules which are entering into the gaseous phase. Here, this is a forward process, dissolution. The number of molecules which are entering into the liquid solution is equal to number of molecules which are escaping from the solution. So now it is in equilibrium. It is in dynamic equilibrium. Now pressure above the surface of this liquid, the vapor pressure above the surface of liquid is always constant at equilibrium. This is constant. Next, what we have to do? To the same system, you apply pressure. You increase the pressure. Here by putting some weights on this piston, we increase the pressure of the same system. Now look at this. At higher pressure, number of molecules which are entering into the solution increases. Suddenly, if you increase the pressure of the same system, more and more number of molecules enters into the system to keep the pressure constant. So this process continues till the pressure above the surface of liquid becomes constant. After applying pressure, the vapor pressure above the surface of liquid increases. To decrease the pressure, the molecules of gas try to enter into the liquid, so which further decreases the pressure. So this process continues till the pressure above the surface of liquid becomes constant. Now a new equilibrium is attained. In which number of gaseous molecules entering into the liquid becomes equal to number of gaseous molecules entering into the gaseous phase. So what is the conclusion here? In this case, at higher pressure, we can find more number of molecules of gas. At high pressure, dissolution of gas in liquid increases, or concentration of gas in liquid increases. Means pressure and solubility are directly related. Solubility is directly proportional to what? Pressure above the surface of liquid. As increase the pressure, solubility of gas also increase. You can see here. Here we have more pressure, more amount of gaseous molecules are present. Here the number of gaseous molecules present above the surface of liquid decreases. Now this solubility is quantitatively explained by Henry in terms of his Henry's law. According to Henry, the solubility of a gas in any liquid is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the gas above the surface of liquid. I already explained you the solubility of gas present above the surface of liquid. This is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the gas present above the surface of liquid. Solubility of this gas depends upon the partial pressure of the gas. So this is Henry's law. Now, quantitatively, the solubility is termed as mole fraction. Now you try to explain or define the same Henry's law using a quantitative concentration term, mole fraction. The definition is very simple. Instead of solubility, you take mole fraction X. Mole fraction is taken as X. Mole fraction of the gas in the solution is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the gas in the solution. The same definition. Here we use solubility, here we use mole fraction. Mole fraction of the gas in the solution is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the gas in the solution. Or, in other words, partial pressure of the gas in vapor phase. Partial pressure of the gas here in vapor phase is directly proportional to mole fraction of the solution. That means the number of molecules of gas going into the solution depends upon what the mole fraction of gaseous molecules present in the solution. The same definition. So here we have defined in terms of partial pressure. If you take partial pressure as P and mole fraction as X, mathematically, if you take P as partial pressure, X as the mole fraction of gas, so P is directly proportional to X, or P is equal to KH into X. Here KH is a constant which is known as Henry's law constant. KH is known as Henry's law constant. Henry's law constant. So this is about Henry's law. This is very important for your exam. They will ask it for 2 or 1 mark.